One of the best ways to look for clients as a virtual assistant is to network or to build a network. This is something that I always talk about or I remind people ever since I started looking for my own direct client when I left an agency. I did apply through Upwork or other job platforms, but the only place where I found clients is through my network or through referrals of friends. Now, I want you guys to listen to this one because this is something that's very important. So, I thought I saw this content creator and she posted something similar to what I was talking about.
People wanting to date wealthy people was a shallow thing, and it's really not. You know who's going? I used to think wanting to be around wealthy people, wanting to be friends with wealthy people, wanting to date wealthy people was a shallow thing, and it's really not. You know who's going to believe in your dreams more than anyone else when you tell them, who's not going to laugh at you, who's going to be like, oh yeah, that's totally possible. How do we go about doing that? How should you go about doing that? Is wealthy people. The people who are not going to laugh at you or your dreams are people who have made their dreams come true and are wealthy. Okay?
So this is not just saying that you should be friends with wealthy people. It goes beyond that. It goes to you should surround yourself with people depending on the direction where you want to take your life to. So if you're someone who's just like me and a virtual assistant, I've been in this industry since 2021. So fairly new. It's just what, a little bit 3 years, a little bit more than 3 years since I started working in this industry. So I need to be able, so I need to surround myself with like-minded people so that I can be successful just like them. And for me to be able to find clients, especially in the situation that I'm in right now. I just lost a client or I just left a VA agency. I need to start looking for a client. I have to surround myself with people who will help me get the client and get that the financial stability that I need. So this is just similar as to surrounding yourself with wealthy people if you want to become wealthy as well. Here, let's listen more.
I was just having a conversation with someone earlier and I was like, yeah, I need to move out of my apartment within the next year. Like, it's time to move on and I want to buy a house. And that's my goal, is to buy a house. And I had expected him to like laugh at me because buying a house in LA is hard. And I am not there yet, to say the least. And he literally looks at me and goes, what area? And I was like, oh, you don't think it's funny that I'm like, this is like very ambitious for me to just be like, I'm just going to buy a house. And he was like, well, the first step is figuring out where exactly you want to buy that house.
So just like in your virtual assistant career, if you're someone who's not confident in speaking in English, but you want to become a virtual assistant, and for you to become a successful VA, you need to find clients in another country, a foreign country, in US, Europe, or Australia. So if you're not going to succeed in the role if you're not good in your English communication skills, but since you need to have lots of practice, you have to start talking in English, even if you're not that good. So you need to surround yourself with people who's not going to laugh at you while you're building your career, while you're learning how to improve, while you're upskilling. If you're surrounded by people who do not want to become virtual assistants, then they wouldn't understand the path that you're trying to take or the changes that you need to make to be successful in the role. So that's just what she's also saying in this video. Let's watch.
And then you figure it out from there. But you know what you want. That's the first step. Like, this is the way that these people think. And it's so refreshing. And if you are around people who have a poverty mindset all the time, I promise you, you're not going to go anywhere in life. Like, it makes all the difference in the world to surround yourself with people who are about action and who don't have a poverty mindset. The
There you go. That's very nice. Also, this is something that I always try to remember is don't have that poverty mindset and don't surround your people who has a poverty mindset. So if you converting it to your goal to becoming a successful virtual assistant, don't surround yourself with people who wants to stay in a corporate industry and they find happiness being in a corporate or in an on-site setup. If you don't want to be in an on-site setup, then start building a network of of people who wants to transition to a um work from home setup. Don't just stop yourself from growing just because your current friends are not in the same direction as you. Perfect example. I have a set of friends that I had since college, sorry, since high school. We stay in touch once in a while. I don't really go out with them as much as I did before. That's because my current friends right now are people who are also within the virtual assistant or the freelancing world. But it doesn't mean that I don't consider them as friends. They're still my friends. They're still my very good friends. Whenever there are big celebrations, I still join them, but I make sure that I surround myself with people who are in the same industry as mine so that I can continuously improve and upskill and learn from them and improve my being an executive virtual assistant. Let's hear more.
Friendships that I have when it comes to like business, like it's just like it bleeds into everything that you do. The way that these people respect their time, the way that they show up for their relationships, the way that they are direct, the way that like, you know they figure out what they want and they go after what they want, and there's no game playing, there's no wasting time, there's no twiddling fingers. It's just like they're about that life.
So she talks more about what she likes about these people who have a wealthy mindset, and that's something that I would also like you to practice as an aspiring executive virtual assistant, or even if you are already an EVA or a virtual assistant. Surround yourself with people who are in the same industry as you, because these your network is your net worth. That's what they are always saying, and that's what I'm also always saying. Your network is your net worth. So make sure that you surround yourself with people who have a similar mindset as you currently have, because you're going to just push each other up, and you're going to help each other succeed in this industry that you're trying out. So make sure that you start building your friends, reach out to communities. If you want to become a social media manager, join communities for social media managers. If you want to become an executive virtual assistant just like mine, join my community. I have somebody who have been joining my Discord channel, and we've built our network. So just make sure that you find people who you feel like you're going to build a good relationship with and a good rapport with, and cultivate that relationship and that network. So if you want to learn more about how to become an executive virtual assistant, how to succeed in this role, all you have to do is join my community. You can start with my community, start with my Discord channel. Everything will be in the link in my profile. I also have a paid online course that you can enroll in, link in my profile as well. If you want a larger community, I have a free learning center that also has a WhatsApp community that you can join to. Everything again will definitely all be in the link in my bio. And if you want to learn more free content like this, just hit that follow button or subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. And I hope that you also succeed in becoming an executive virtual assistant and start building that network that you deserve so you can start growing in this role.